Alright, this is a quick update on potential Tropical Cyclone 2 currently going on in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see it turning there in the frames. You can see it getting its act together. There's not a really well-defined area of rotation here. It's just kind of like a broad area. Recon has gone into the storm and found a massive vortices just kind of rotating around the storm here. So it's just getting its act together already. There's some flooding occurring over in New Orleans from what I'm seeing. And the storm hasn't even gotten too close to there yet. They're just getting the outer parts of the moisture envelope from this storm, and it's already pretty bad over in New Orleans. The National Hurricane Center has the storm at as of 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It has it at 28.1 north, 87.4 west, moving west-southwest at 8 miles an hour. Has a minimum pressure of 10 11 millibars. It has maximum sustained winds of 30 miles per hour. You can see hurricane watch issued for portions of the southern coast of Louisiana. Heavy rains expected to continue across the central Gulf Coast. This is again as of the 4 p.m. advisory. And then if we go towards the cone of uncertainty, you can see what the cone thinks. The cone has it having landfall here. Looks like during the day on Saturday. It makes it landfall as an 85 mile an hour strength for any Category 1 hurricane over Louisiana, as you can see there. And this hurricane watch is in effect for the coastline, and the tropical storm watch in effect for eastern Louisiana coastline, as you can see there. That's what the National Hurricane Center predicts. In terms of where the storm's going to go, you can see the models here. This is the GFS ensemble models here. You can see it. They forecasted to make landfall over Louisiana there. If we go towards the CMC ensembles, you can see they have it really spread out, have it making landfall as far east as Mississippi to as far west as southeastern Texas there, as you can see there. So it's pretty uncertain at this point in time. You can see this again, a closer up of the GFS ensemble runs as of 6 UTC on the 10th of July. Again, they have it going over towards Louisiana there. Seaways temperature-wise, seaways temperatures are about 29 to 30 degrees Celsius or so where the storm's at this point in time. So it's plenty of enough to sustain a tropical storm, tropical depression, hurricane over that, and especially over towards, if it goes towards Louisiana, as the National Hurricane Center is predicting, over where it's 31 Celsius waters. So no wonder that they have it strengthening up until landfall there. 31 Celsius waters, it's pretty warm. Winds here at this point in time, it's not too much wind here. You can see there's winds here on the western and the eastern side of the storm, but that's more so of kind of like I guess, and for layman's terms, kind of like ventilation for the storm, make it breathe out more, as you can see. And the frames here, it's just kind of like expanding out, kind of like a broad area of rotation. Pretty much cloud cover all the way from extreme southeastern Texas all the way over towards Florida. Just a broad area. So if we look at the models here, this is the CMC model as of 12Z Wednesday, July 10th. You can see it 24 hours out. It has it pretty much under New Orleans, Louisiana there. 48 hours out, you can see it has it getting even closer. 60 hours, 66, 72, 78, and it pretty much has it at making landfall probably a little bit before 00 Zulu Sunday, 84 hours out on July 14th, as a 985 millibar storm there. Looks like over the Texas Louisiana border, maybe over near or over Beaumont, Texas there. If you look at the ECMWF model, we change the wind speeds there. You can see 24 hours out. This is 48 hours out. This is 72 hours out. 96 hours out. 72 hours out. Prototypes are making landfall a little bit after 12Z Saturday on July 13th there. And it looks like it has a 97 millibar storm there. And that is as of the ECMWF model as of 12 Zulu. If we go over towards the GFS, While it's loading here, I want to say that the models are had some issues calculating the strength of, I believe it was a trough or a upper level low that was hoping to steer PTC to. They had some troubles having the storm, having that whatever intensity it was, and that they're saying it should be fixed in the next run. So to get more accurate readings from the models on the 0 runs when they come out in 3 hours from now. Um, and you can see the DFS run 36 hours out, 48 hours out, 66 hours out, and 78 hours out, making landfall over the middle Louisiana coastline. There is a 993 millibar storm there on the 00 July 14th, 2019. And then just for fun, let's go over and look at the icon model, the German model here. See what that one predicts. That one looks like it's a pretty big system there. And this is 39 hours out, 51, 60, 75, 78. Pretty much makes landfall around 69 hours out as a 987 millibar storm there over Louisiana. As you can see in that run. A key thing to note is that if you want to get the latest information, always make sure you look at official government agency sources. I myself am not a certified meteorologist by any means. This is just a little hobby of mine that I like paying attention to. So if you want to get the latest, up-to-date, more detailed information, go to the National Weather Service or the National Hurricane Center. National Hurricane Center, just go to www.nhc.noaa.gov or just type up NHC and it'll probably be there on the top result. Or the National Weather Service, type up National Weather Service and it'll probably be the top result. If you type up NWS, it'll probably be the top result too. And over in the NHC, you'll get the latest information. They have everything for you at your fingertips here. They have discussion, they have the public advisory. They have everything here. It looks like they just updated their public advisory here, actually, as I'm doing this update. 7 p.m. CDT, storm surge, heavy rains. Hurricane conditions are possible on north central Gulf Coast later this week. 7 p.m. Central Standard Information. Still 31-hour winds. Pressure's gone down 1 millibar. 10 millibars. Moving west-southwest at 8 miles an hour. And you can see that information there. Wow, they just updated it there. But you can get anyways, you get the latest information from the National Hurricane Center or the National Weather Service here. You can see the warnings if you want to get accurate information or weather information rather on where you go. So say I live in Houston or around there, it'll send you towards the Houston Galveston National Weather Service area of responsibility here, and you could look over. You could read over this. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but you could go over and pause the video and read the key takeaways right there to your left, and it'll give you information on the storm, and it'll give you key messages there. You could go over and pause the video there, and you could read that if you want to. And then safety tips. You could again pause that and read that. But even if the storm does not make landfall near you or over you, it's still a good choice to make sure you have a hurricane supply kit handy. Again, we're starting to get into the heat of the hurricane season soon, in a few months or so. We're going to get into the heat of the hurricane season, so it's better to be prepared and ready for stuff as opposed to being unprepared and hastily doing things. It's better to be prepared before. Make sure you have all your essentials. You have a hurricane kit handy, so just in case an event does take place near you and you have to evacuate and take action, you have the proper tools and sources to take action with safely and properly. But here, just say I live over in Beaumont here, Texas. Say I live over in Beaumont. I click on that, and it'll take me to where I have a localized weather update for my specific region. It'll give me the forecast throughout the next, I think, up to 7 or 5 days, and it'll give you local weather for that. Last time I tried this, it wouldn't load the page. So I hope it uploads the page, but if it doesn't load the page, that's fine. I'll just describe it to you. It'll see your local forecast for your area. If you want to get an even more detailed forecast, you could type up your zip code, or you could type up the city that you live in, and type it up, and it'll give you the latest forecast of what the National Weather Service, the official government agency, thinks will occur in your neck of the woods for the next 5 to 7 days or so. But yeah, unfortunately, it seems like it's not going to load. That's a shame. But anyways, make sure you pay attention to the storm. Also, another thing for me to mention here. I don't think I've mentioned this already. The weaker the storm stays, if it stays weaker, it's gonna go farther north faster, and it'll make landfall faster. So it'll probably make, if it stays weaker, it'll probably make landfall over near Mississippi or eastern Louisiana or so. If it turns into a stronger storm, which is like what the National Hurricane Center is expecting, the more westward it's going to go, because it's going to and because of that, the more westward it's going to go, it's going to have more time over open waters. And as you saw in the seashore temperature map that I showed you a few minutes ago, the waters are plenty of enough. See, the seashore temperatures are plenty of enough to sustain a weak hurricane, or a strong tropical storm. So the more strong it gets, the more west it's gonna go. So it'll probably go towards western Louisiana, maybe as far west as maybe southeastern Texas at this point in time. Again, it's still uncertain because there's not like a well-formed area of low pressure yet. It's still a pretty broad area. Recon went in there and found a lot of mesovortices around here. So it just needs more time to develop. But once we do get an area of low pressure, solid area of low pressure, the models will go on onto that, and we'll have a more accurate forecast and depiction of what's going to be going on throughout the next few days here and coming hours. But for now, stay tuned to your local officials. Always read up on them. Stay up to date. I told you the sources. Just go to the NHC, the National Weather Service, for the latest official government information for whatever location you live in. Stay safe. Make sure you're prepared. And I believe that's it for now. I don't believe I'm missing anything. So have a great day or night wherever you guys are. Stay safe. Until then, peace.